I remember getting drafted and going through all the combine interviews and the whole process, and just kind of thinking at the time I didn't really care where I got drafted and what team it was. And now I look back on it and say how lucky and fortunate I was to go to an organization like the Chicago Blackhawks in a great city like Chicago, with great players that were already there in the system, great players that were coming up, great players that we added. I feel very, very fortunate. It's been quite a ride, obviously. A lot of great moments along the way, and I feel like 27 right now. Hopefully, there's some more in the cards.
The point streak, the scoring title, the MVP, being the first American to do all those things. How does that make it more special for you to be considered one of the greatest American players of all time now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, but I definitely feel very fortunate. It's amazing to me that there's no American that's ever won the scoring title or the MVP award, because there's been so many great American players. You can go up and down the list of names. Guys like Chelios, Brian Leach, Mike Modano, Joe Mullen, Jeremy Roenick, players that have had great careers. So I think I was I don't know if I was lucky or fortunate to be in that position, but it's pretty amazing to say that some American records you hold now, whether it's the MVP, scoring title, point streak. It's pretty exciting.
When you look back at how this season started for you, some of the controversies, a night like this is probably pretty far from your mind, right?
I mean, I don't think I need to answer that right now.
Patrick, Aaron said that without you, he's not sitting over there with the Calder Trophy if he was a couple hours ago. What do you feel about how he helped you this season?
Oh, absolutely. It goes without saying how our chemistry developed over the year and how much fun we had playing with each other. There's no doubt in my mind he's a huge reason for my success, and I'll take it one step further and say Anisimov was a huge part of that as well. Never really been on a line that was together for a whole season, and we might have been apart for one or two games here or there, but pretty much for the full 82 games I was playing with both those guys. So it was a lot of fun for our first year together, and hopefully we're together for a long time and can keep building off our experience and keep regaining chemistry and getting better and better.
Looks like when you take a look at the roster and what Stan needs to do for the first time in a while, a lot of young guys are going to be called upon to step up. Schmaltz might take the step from college. Your thoughts on just those young players that may have to make considerable contributions if you guys want to win the cup again?
Yeah, we've had to do it before, and guys have stepped up and done it. Guys like Sauter and Shazi have come in, filled a big part of our team with being such young guys. It also, puts a little bit more emphasis on our core as well. I know we've done it before and been there in the past winning, but we obviously didn't get it done this past year, so I think we're still out to prove ourselves a little bit too. And that just isn't because of any extra added pressure or anything. It's just because of how we are competitively and how we want to keep pushing each other and keep pushing the envelope to see how good we can be, how we can play every night. We love that competitive test, so it's something we'll be looking forward to next year.
Is this an unnerving kind of time of year? The next week or so, you don't know who's staying, who's going, what might be in the works, what Stan might have cooked up right now?
Yeah, I don't know if you'd call it unnerving. I think we have all the confidence and faith in our management and Stan. He's done it before plenty of times, so I wouldn't call it unnerving, but it is interesting to see what's going to happen. I mean, whether it's watching the draft or paying attention to free agency, it's kind of fun to see some movement throughout the league.
I know when your kid drew about winning Stanley Cup, do you envision yourself ever winning this award?
I don't know if you do. That's one of the funny things, even throughout the year. It's not like when you're playing, you're saying, I hope this year I can win this trophy or that trophy. It's more of, just trying to get ready for the next game, trying to play as best as you can at that time. If you're going through a slump, trying to get out of it. If you're hot, trying to keep it going. So I don't know if you're ever really thinking about this, and you get nominated for these awards. It kind of takes you back a little bit and say, oh, maybe I could possibly win this or that. So it was a fun night. It's fun to I guess have this recognition, but I think all of us that have won individually tonight will trade it in for the biggest team award and winning the Stanley Cup, and we know how precious and how fun that is to win.
You had such a big year for you just personally. How do you recreate that next year? All the points, how can you live up to that?
I think just try and be myself. I think one of the things this year I just never really got satisfied. I think that's been one of my positive attributes for the past couple seasons. I feel like I've improved my consistency, so it's something you want to keep going. I mean, coming into next year, there'll probably be a little bit more attention from other teams, and teams will be aware, I guess, a little bit more, especially when you think of guys like Panarin who came into the league and maybe surprise some players. But for me, don't worry about that stuff. You just play the game you love and enjoy it, and try to do as best you can.
Make the trip to the Hall as a kid. Hall of Fame. Did you ever go as a kid?
I went plenty of times as a kid.
Do you remember the first time you saw the Art Ross and you look at all the names? Is it kind of neat
Yeah.
to see your name would be there?
Yeah, I mean, even back then, I don't know if I ever really looked at the trophies unless it was a Stanley Cup, So, obviously, I loved watching the awards when I was a kid. I loved, having my pen and paper, watching the awards, trying to pick who won each award, and seeing Ron McLean in Toronto and present the award show. So it was fun for me to watch. I mean, it was one of the days of the year that you kind of marked on your schedule and made sure you didn't miss. So I guess to be here today in Las Vegas, receiving these awards is kind of surreal. I don't know if it's really hit me yet, but I'm sure it will in the future.